Hey everybody, what's going on? I am doing just a regular video that I'll have to upload after I get done with this because I just tried to log on to YouTube and run a live stream, but it doesn't seem that function wants to work right now. So I saw somebody on Twitter a couple weeks ago say live streaming for YouTube has been disabled. Was that guy right? Or am I just having some technical difficulties with my phone? Or was my channel disabled? Who knows? Who knows? But I haven't done a YouTube update in, I don't know, 3 weeks, something like that. I haven't really kept track. I've had some company from out of state. And I just took a break. Spend a little time for myself. Not try to worry about any of this stuff. Waiting for the world to open back up. Trying to get some business done. It's picked up a little bit at the beginning of the shutdown. Sales went down over 50%. Lost over $3,000 in sales that month, which is big for me. I'm just a one-person business, and that was basically all of my profit that would allow me to pay any of my bills. I couldn't pay any of the bills that month, so I had to reach out, ask people for help, and thankfully a few people really helped out and got some bills paid. Still haven't paid the rent for May, but might be able to do that here soon. I don't know. We'll see. I'm trying not to worry about a lot of this too much. Just see what happens as it happens. I don't know what it's like for everyone else right now in different states, but Arizona has partially opened back up. There are businesses that are opening back up, small mom and pop businesses that like restaurants. 2 days ago, my friend that's here visiting said, "Hey, I want to go to Sedona. You want to go?" I said, "Yeah, let's go." So we hopped in the truck, drove out to Sedona, spent the day driving around, checking out just the sights. There's a lot of natural, beautiful scenery around there, the rock formations and stuff like that. Just drove around there, checking our place out. Went into a shop, a couple shops. But on the way there, we stopped at a barbecue place that I'd been to before. That's really good. And well, actually, we tried this other restaurant first. Tried to go in there. They were still shut down. They were except for just selling desserts and stuff like that. But all their tables were still like flipped upside down, and the chairs were upside. Anyway, the tables weren't open. Went to the barbecue spot next. They were open. They had a waitress. People were hanging out on the patio, having a good old time. Bunch of the old timers hanging out there. I think one person was wearing a mask out of like the 15 people that were out on the patio. They were playing some good music, good food, nice waitress. Gave my friend a free shirt. Yeah, that was nice. So went into Sedona, and it was just about to get dark. We were about to drive home, and I was like, man, we've had a long day. Maybe we shouldn't drive home right now in the dark. Maybe let's find the cheapest place we can find and stay the night. So we did that. Got up the next morning. Went to a local mom and pop little restaurant that was open. Everybody in that place was wearing masks, gloves, whole 9 yards, but it was open. So that was nice. Got some coffee. And then finally made it back into town yesterday afternoon. And it almost, the gang stalking, organized stalking and harassment, the street theater skits, all the dumb shit that these people get paid gift cards or however they get compensated to do what they do, it really slowed down. And man, when I got back in town, it was like they were pissed off that I had a good time. And pretty big show. So just getting some work done today. I've got like 50 or 60 packages packed up, dropping stuff off at the post office, going into FedEx right now, and then I'll be done with that for the day. What's happening? How you doing? Doing good. Just these three, and if I can get a receipt, please, I'd appreciate it.
There's another error that was popping up earlier. And then I opened up a window with like tech support where I was going to chat in the error. But then I couldn't repeat it when I needed.
Lots of errors going on right now. There you go. No. Good care. Thank you. Alright. What's up? Did you wave at this guy with the cell phone right here, Billy? I don't know if you can see this guy right here with this. No, it's aiming at me. Did you want to get in my car? You can't really see him. He's on his phone, talking on his phone with the camera aimed at me. That's one of the typical things that they'll do. That happens more times than would be statistically possible. Easy for me to say. So okay, what are a couple things I can talk about real quick? So this video isn't like half an hour long. Things that are going on in the news since I've done a live stream or uploaded any kind of YouTube video. General Flynn's attorney, Sidney Powell, filed a motion to declaration to withdraw his plea deal, and the DOJ dropped the case. So everybody got all excited. I did. It was like one of the greatest things I've heard in 3 years. General Flynn was set up by the FBI. It's beyond obvious if you're paying any kind of attention, or if you've been through their type of setups and their tactics, their Stasi type tactics, their psychological operations, and their just their corrupt, slimy way of doing things. You can tell exactly what the specific things that they did to General Flynn. They did the exact same thing to me. So it doesn't. I'm sure there are hundreds, if not thousands, of other people that are watching his case transpire, and the people that have been set up, the people that have gone through these type of psyops that the FBI, DHS, CIA, different intel agencies, the corrupt ones. I'm sure there's good people in those agencies, but the way that some of them operate are just completely ruthless and corrupt and criminal and whatever else word you want to fill in there. Treasonous. So long story short, the DOJ decided to drop the case. General Flynn should be exonerated by now, but the Judge Sullivan, who was a Bill Clinton era Obama era judge who is completely biased. And two things actually. The judge is biased because he's on that side pretty much. And two, I really think that judge is afraid of being targeted. They're probably holding it over his head saying, figure something out, buddy. You wanted to be a judge. Do not let this guy go free. Figure some loophole, stall, do whatever you got to do. But screw General Flynn. And he's stuck in this conundrum of, okay, well, I've got the deep state telling me I need to stick with this, figure out a way to screw this guy over. But then I've got the Patriots, who are millions and millions and millions of people deep, that are keeping an eye on this, that'll, in the long run, make sure that he pays. If he uses his power for abuse and weaponized systems against innocent people, like I said, it is standard operating procedure for a lot of people. So Judge Sullivan has not put that request through. He has not processed it. I don't know the right terminology to use, but basically General Flynn's exoneration is not official yet. And they said something about one of the attorneys when they filed the declaration, put a wrong number down on their U.S. Bar Association number. So it was some kind of technicality, possibly, which I'm sure Sidney Powell and her team could update that within an hour. You know, they say, oh, hey, we got this wrong. We need to get that back over. Have somebody drop off the motion and get that updated. So, but it's been days. I don't know. It's been, what, 4 or 5 days now? And they still haven't processed that paperwork. So it'll happen. I truly believe in my heart that that'll happen. They're just stalling for time. That's what they do when you win. They're like childish. They're just like kids throwing a fit when you tell them, you know, it's nap time. It's, you know, you gotta come home from your friend's house and throw a fit. That's how these people are. They're just childish. So I'm curious. I haven't been on Twitter at all today. I haven't looked on the news to see how that is moving forward. What else has been going on here lately? I hate even talking about this COVID thing, but it's affecting people's lives, so it's just, you know, that's something I would talk about. There are people that are on complete lockdown in their state. Seems to have to do with the state leadership, governor, senator, state rep kind of people that are enforcing these unconstitutional stay-at-home laws over a virus that has a 98% recovery rate, survival rate. Less people have died from it, I believe, than the flu. If you were looking at real numbers, not people that are working on their car, having their car fall on them, and then they go, oh, that was COVID-19. That, even though it was like an engine block that landed on the guy's head. That's a real story. Somebody was tweeting about that. It was a personal friend of theirs. And there's reports of stuff like that happening over and over and over and over. You know, a person dies of a heart attack and they label it COVID-19 to pump up the numbers, to try to help keep their false narrative running. You know, and as people wake up from the lie they're being told about COVID-19, you know, they start talking about murder hornets and sniper monkeys and all kinds of ridiculous shit to get people to say, you know what, I don't know if we should go outside. We got these murder hornets. I don't know, you get stung by one of those and it's probably code for something else. Who knows? Who knows? But people are out and about doing their thing. Some no mask. I'd say like 90% of the people I see out and about have no mask. They're like, I realize this is bullshit. That's my opinion. We're allowed to have opinions. We're supposed to be allowed to have opinions. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe that's why they shut down my live streams, because I talked about it. I talked about my personal opinion. And even though I'm not giving professional advice, giving my my most plausible conclusion through hours and hours of research, listening to people that I personally trust, their research, that's my opinion. Oh, look at this guy's getting pulled over. Oh, thank you to, let's see here. I got some snail mail in my post office box. P.O. Box 702, as in FISA 702. One more coincidence. Let's see, got a gold Pike USA stamp, 1869. Got a, what's this other stamp say? Transcontinental Railroad, Forever USA. So this is from, did I rip the name off here? Oh, here we go. Stephanie Larson from Austin, Texas. So you must watch my YouTube channel, and you saw the video where I was in the grocery store. I was making a turkey. I was going around the grocery store trying to find all the stuff, and I asked the guy where the bay leaves were, and he looked at me like, what? What's that? I'm like, you work in produce, man. Wouldn't you know where the bay leaves are? I never even heard of bay leaves. So, so Stephanie sent me a nice little note here. It says, hey Mike, here's some fresh bay leaf for your next turkey. Bon appetit, Stephanie. Thank you, Stephanie. I appreciate it. So that's kind of interesting. Some green stuff in a baggie. I never know what to who to trust. What stuff's being sent to me that is supposed to be some kind of like little covert jab. When I went out of town yesterday, or the day before yesterday, woke up in the morning, like 5:30 in the morning, got on my phone, called the drug test number that I have to call every day to see if I have to go in and take a drug test. Sure enough, that day I got to go in and take a drug test. And as I'm leaving, of course I see a bunch of different people wearing cannabis shirts and stuff like that. And as we're leaving Sedona, it just reeks of weed. You can just, like for a whole block. So I didn't know if somebody hit a skunk, or if somebody, or Bob Marley was, you know, standing on the corner and there was a downwind, but it really smelled like weed. There was a bunch of different stuff about that, so they're trying to get me to think that maybe somebody put something in my food. You know, when you eat at a restaurant, when you're targeted, it's really tough to just trust it, that something won't be put in your food. I have faith that the good guys are keeping an eye out. Surveillance is beyond what most people can even imagine, and the people that are involved in these long-term, long drawn-out setups that think that they are getting away with it aren't. So, of course, as much as I appreciate you sending this Ziploc baggie full of bay leaves, I'm not going to be able to eat those just because I don't know you personally. I don't know what was put in those, but I do appreciate the sentiment. Thank you. It's nice to get something in the mailbox. So it's the thought that counts, right? Speaking of mailbox, let me go check mine, see if my $1,200 check showed up. I don't know, has anybody else gotten that check? I haven't gotten it. Well, let's go check. Before I sign out here, I'll go check. Stay there, Willie. All right. Okay, so let's see what I got here. Got a catalog from Uline. These guys send me more catalogs than anybody I've ever seen. Let's see, this one's got like a puppy sitting on the box there. I just ordered 500 boxes to ship out eBay stuff, and when they bring the pallet and sit it on your front driveway, in the packaging they put the pallet. Whoa! They put a catalog in that, and then a couple days after you make your order, they send you another catalog. I think I've got like 10 of these things at home just stacking up. So if anybody's watching that works at Uline, I don't need any more catalogs. I appreciate it. Everything's online. You know, save some trees or something. Let's see here. What's this? Healthy Family Life Medicine. Some medical bill I couldn't pay. H&H Management telling me to pay the rent. What's this? Some advertisements for real estate agent. Yeah, be patient. Who knows? And then some more like newspaper type coupons. No check. That'd be awesome. I don't know. I've only heard a few people say that they've got that check. My son got his. Went straight to Walmart, bought a big screen TV, some other stuff. So happy for him. He works hard. I almost told him when I was on the phone, like, dude, why'd you go to Walmart and buy a big screen? You might as well just like send your check straight to China. So, but you know, I don't talk about that stuff with him. I just keep it about normal everyday stuff. We can have somewhat normal conversations. All right, everybody, I'm gonna check out here. Not a whole lot been going on, just been doing some research, some collaboration, talking about some different things, putting our heads together to come up with some different conclusions, some different possibilities, different things that are going on. And that's about it. Watched The Spark last night, Stephen Shellen. If you haven't seen that movie and you're trying to understand what the hell it is I'm talking about, when I say I've been targeted and I've gone through something that most people can't even understand, even when you go through it, it's tough to understand when you go through it, to completely understand all the different things that they do, that they're doing. They're very covert. Sometimes you think you're just having bad luck. But for somebody that hasn't gone through it, you're trying to explain it to them, you sound like a lunatic, because the things that happen in your life are so odd. These people do that intentionally to discredit you, to make you look schizophrenic, delusional, etc., ruin your credibility. So if you testify in court of law, you've been labeled and they won't listen to anything you say. So it usually means that you're a pretty good investigator, you've got good intuition, you know, there's something that they want to paint a negative picture about you create a false narrative about an individual person, just like they create false narratives in the mainstream news. They lie to everybody to control everyone. It's just on a much more personal level. So watch that movie, The Spark. Steven Schellenberger, StephenSchellenberger. Just Google it. Google that name and put in The Spark, and you can go to Vimeo. That's the only place that film is available. When you go to Vimeo, they've done something where when you click on watch this film, it opens up a page that says which subscription do you want. And I had to sit there and click different, refresh the page, open it in a different browser, do a bunch of different things to get it to where you can rent the movie either with PayPal or with your credit card. If you have a PayPal account, it's easy. Just pay with PayPal, accept, watch the movie. It's $3.99. It's an hour and 20 minutes long, and it's made by a person that was personally targeted. And there's a lot of stuff in that movie. He did a very good job putting as much information in an entertaining movie that anyone that hasn't been targeted or is even interested in the targeting situation would still enjoy. It's a good movie, good cinematography, good acting, good subject material, a lot of good things to, when you're watching the movie and you hear them talk about something you don't understand, maybe watch the movie through one time and then watch it again, and when they're talking about what you don't understand, pause it, write that down, and start to research some of the terms that they talk about in the movie. And everything's out there. Everything is out on the internet. Things that you can do your due diligence to investigate yourself. Look up US patent numbers for technology that's used to do some of this stuff that sounds like a magic trick or whatever. You can prove it to yourself if you do your due diligence and research some of this stuff. And people are doing that. People are waking up. They are starting to understand that there are some things that go on in this world that are stranger than fiction. God, I always get those two backwards. Fiction is not real, non-fiction is real, right? If I got it backwards, sorry. Anyway, check that out. It's a good movie. I highly recommend it. It's a good way to understand what I've been through, what Steven's been through, what a lot of other targeted individuals have been through, and they try to explain this stuff to people, and it just sounds crazy. So, that's it. Almost made it a half an hour here. Jeez, trying not to do that. All right, everybody, have a great day. Sorry it took me so long to upload a video. I'm gonna check the live streaming thing. Let me know in the comments if you have heard anything about live streaming on YouTube being disabled and for what reason. Maybe it's just certain accounts, or if it's across YouTube altogether. That'd be interesting to find out why that's going on, because a lot of times live streaming is the way that we can basically catch people in the act doing things that they're trying to hide, because it's in real time. It's not, you don't upload the video that you took earlier. Sometimes you don't have a chance to upload that video later. You need it to be live so you can catch whatever's going on. So I find it kind of interesting that I'm going to shut up now. Everybody have a good day. Willis, you want to say bye? Say bye to everybody? All right. Have a great day, y'all.